Hey guys, Fishy here, and we are ready for another live troll hunt. I gotta make sure all my settings are properly set so that the screen is easier to see, and I have got all my pages ordered that I'm gonna look at here. Looks good so far, so we are going to get ready for the live troll hunt tonight by starting out and checking to see if I have the live showing up on my phone. So just while we get that business done, I will see where we are. Let's see, we are ready. Yeah, looks like everything's operational. And here we are for our live troll hunt on July 25th, 2018. There's a lot to pack in today, so I'm going to try not to go too fast, but I want to give you a few updates, and then I want to look at some bot information. I think that this will be a fascinating show. You're probably going to want to buckle in and hope that you end up with being able to follow. If not, and you're listening and you're on you've got the comments there, ask a question and let me know if something doesn't seem right or something doesn't work. I keep that open right in front of me so that I can check that. Also, while we're on this troll hunt, if you are watching this on delay, if you've seen it on YouTube and the coverage after that, or if you are seeing it after it's over, after the live part's done, then leave comments there anyway. I'll still get notified and I'll be able to, in those comments, clarify what's going on. Just a few things that I wanted to run through first. This is my worksheet where I look at the fake accounts and compare them. I started this one after BuzzFeed had profiled us and we got our 99% removal rate or 98% removal rate. And so these are some old accounts that I started reporting right after that. Every one of those has finally been cleared, has been removed from Facebook. But I started reporting a bunch of new ones lately because I wanted to see if anything had changed. So yellow means, and the remark through them means that they've been removed, and the ones that are still in white just mean those haven't been touched yet. Those haven't been moved, haven't been taken down, anything like that. But I still have reason to believe, and in most cases proof, that they are fake. Now, scrolling down this first section, these are some sticky ones that were carryovers, most of them from the last one. This section is friend requests. I don't expect those to go down. Those go down for some reason a lot more slowly for me. But I have notes on the ones that are twins, like this guy. And if you've seen one of these, you let me know because I'll add them to the list. This guy's face is the same face as this guy's face. And so I want people to be able to see that fakers are using some of the same photos. You'll see them come up again and again. This is the same guy in different settings, but it's him. And so there's at least 3 of those running around that I know of. But I keep track of those. And then I have all the ones that I've found on the Facebook groups that I monitor. I've got about 6 groups now that I monitor where I find a lot of fakery. Sometimes it's because they're poorly moderated groups. Sometimes the fakers are really clever. But this list goes on and on. And if I find out who it is that I think it is, their name is here, I will put it out here to the side. I have to double check Lena and Nicole because I think I did find the name, but I never made a video for it. So we'll see. But anyway, I've got all this yellow. They have really come through, and Facebook has reviewed a lot of the accounts that I had looked, or I had reported. But here we have another rash of Sadmira BBs, and that deserves its own video again. We're getting some Khadijah BBs. That's another thing that's coming along. I hate those. I hate those so much. But you can see most of these accounts in this section that I have reported ended up being removed. These are the ones I've made videos of. Every one of them finally got removed on this section. And then we have this one, Dana Uriel. Dana, if you saw the video the other day, Dana has long blonde hair and had a twin named Lily Carl. Well, the Lily Carl account got taken down, but Dana is still up and active. So even though there's been a video on that, I'm still waiting for that. But here's Linda that got taken down. Now here's another one. Earlier up here, there was an account called Earl Sheets. Way up here. Earl Sheets. Where was it? And I have to show you this because it's... I can't find it. Here it is. Here it is. Earl Sheets. The URL is Zoki Anastasov. Anastasov. I have to say those slowly or I'll mess them up. But when I get down here and I look at Tashi down here, where is he? I just saw him. He must be down this way. Tashi. It's Zoki Anastasov again. Same URL. The guy just got the URL back and changed the name. He's a Croatian account that keeps popping up from part of the Macedonian network I've been following. I think his is Croatian check-ins or Croatian language. I'm not sure. But yeah, he recycled that URL. Same one. I caught him twice. But here are some other ones. Just going down and looking at the list. Facebook has done really well this week. Rabia, I think, is that. This is one that I released today. The video for this one today. It's still active. So with this this cover photo and this profile photo, that one's still active. So we're waiting on that one. And then I have some other ones down here I have not reported. These in blue I didn't report. Several of them have been taken down. I wanted to see if Facebook can recognize them, and they have some of them, but not all of them. And then these are the ones that have videos waiting. Those are going to be released in the next 2 days. So haven't reported them, and they're still up there. But that is, and I got my spreadsheet down here, 266 reported and 189 of those taken down. So that's a 71% removal rate. That is pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm not ecstatic about it, and I want to see it do better, but this is a good start. Facebook is paying attention. I believe there's somebody that actually works at Facebook that is following the unfakery page. So we'll see how that works. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things about the difference between fake and foreign accounts. If I am looking at another spreadsheet I have here of all these sites that are used by fakers and whatnot, and I'm looking at an account like, oh, let me see, this one, Christy Nicholson. Let's open this one up. This one is pretending to be an American or close to it. It's got pictures that are wide and varied here. They don't necessarily reflect the person. 818 friends, most of them with names that come from places like Macedonia and Slovenia and all that stuff. And there's this, of course, in the language on her wall, probably Serbian or whatever. Not sure, or Albanian, whichever. But this is obviously a fake account. This person is not named Christy Nicholson. I don't even know if that picture is associated with her, but whoever is running this account is not an American and is pretending to be. And I know this because when I'm looking at these pages, I've got her tracked for a whole bunch of pages where she's sharing this content. All of these sites, she's sharing content toward Americans in groups, but I've got her down as Serbia, Croatia, that area. Now, that's a fake. Obviously a fake. But then I want to look at somebody like, let me see. Where's one that I see a lot? Okay. Brian here. Brian, his profile looks like this. Brian is telling you he lives in the Philippines. This is not a fake account. This is a foreign account that is influencing Americans, that is pushing content to Americans. Those are two separate things. I don't report accounts that are from the Philippines pushing this content in. I make videos about it so that Facebook is aware of it and so people that are Americans are aware of it. But I'm not going to report that. I'll report Christy Nicholson, though, because that is obviously a fake account. Those are different, though, and I don't want people to think that just because these guys are on my list of sharing fakery, that means they're fake accounts. These are legitimate people from the Philippines that are sharing content. We'll get to that later, more of that. But they're not necessarily fakes. They're foreign accounts influencing Americans, but not fakes. I deal specifically in fakes, but I also try to show Facebook and the broader Facebook audience that there are fakes. There are people feeding content to them from overseas. So, having got through all of this, I wanted to talk about one more thing that we saw today, and that was Ken Cuccinelli sharing a bunch of fakery around what is her name? It's killing me. Where is it? Maxine Waters. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. So I put this together, showing Ken Cuccinelli's share before it was taken down. This is a fake quote from Maxine Waters that we debunked, and Ken Cuccinelli or his social media team put this up today. And in 2 hours, it had hundreds of comments and reactions and shares. And shame on him. I believe in protecting the identity of people who are fooled by fakery, who've been convinced that something might be real, because I want to give them a chance to be better without being embarrassed to share anything. And I don't want them silenced. I want them educated. And so I'm not going to do that by beating them up over the head or trying to browbeat them for being wrong. But a public figure with this big of an audience, over 180,000 people following that Facebook page, I'm naming names and I'm telling people this post is gone. It's down now. And I'm glad that they deleted it, but shame on them. The damage is done. And that's why every large and public social media account, the people running that need to be careful. Sharing fakery is just so bad. And with a platform like that, they have much broader reach and much greater ability to amplify it, and it drives me crazy when that happens. Okay, so now that we've gotten through all those updates, I want to take you to a Facebook page. This page is called Conservatives US. Conservatives US is a relatively new page according to my examination of it. It's got 14,000 people liking it. It's not too big at all. And they post pretty regularly. Here's a post from a couple of days ago. Probably taken from another site, just pulled from there. Conservatives US is actually posting right now. conservativesus.party. Now, I've been a little concerned about that site before. If I'm not mistaken, we talked about it not too long ago. Either this site or one related to it or very close to it was serving up fakery, and Facebook took down those pages. And so I'm watching carefully anything called conservatives online. I noticed too that it's a source of fakery from Macedonia, Kosovo, that area. They are really jamming on the name conservative when they are putting together fakery groups. So I'm on the watch for that. And I see this and this sort of content. This page is designed to serve up conservativesus.party. That's all this page is really for. And I mean, this is what a page does to amplify itself. You get a website, you get a page to go with it, and that's understandable. Absolutely understandable. We've done it ourselves with pages that we've run before. But when I see who's sharing that stuff, things get a little weird. I found 4 accounts: Angelita, Mariana, Lambert, and Kenya. And those 4 accounts were sharing content from there. And it seemed like, though, that they were commenting on other posts unrelated to Conservatives US or anything like that, but commenting with the same comments, even though none of these were friends. And then through looking at their comments, I found 4 more accounts. Facebook has already removed 2 of them. These 2, Darren and Alice, have been removed from Facebook. But Elijah, Mitchell, Kenya, Lambert, Mariana, and Angelita have still got records showing comments that they've made. So we're going to look at those in a little bit. I wanted to track where they came from and their earliest posts to see if there's anything to learn from there. Most of these were built in June of this year. There's one here that was built in September of last year, but everything else is pretty much June and July of this year. So they're brand new accounts except for this one. Located in LA, half of them. Tampa and Pasadena are the other places. And then none of them checked in anywhere. None of them checked in. There were only a few that had pictures where they commented on them, and then posts where they had been tagged. This got interesting. Let me show you where they got tagged. So here is a tag of a post from Social Democrats Resistance Against Trump, and it's "Let's welcome our new members," and several of the new members are in that. So that one, that first post, goes to Angelita. So Angelita had a tag, or no, that's not Angelita. The second one is Mariana. And then the fourth one, which is Kenya, and look at that tag. Where was this one tagged? Again, these are not friend accounts. It's the same thing, the same post. They joined at the same time. So strange. Let's look down here at Mitchell. Is Mitchell the one that was deleted? Nope, there it is, right there. Mitchell is listed. And then Elijah also tagged in the same post. It's weird that that would happen. That's just strange. And then I got to looking at the posts that they made. This is the first one. This is Angelita. Let's look at those posts just to give you the context. Conservatives US. Conservatives US. This is what the content is. And it's going to the Fearless Elephant for Trump, Deplorables for Trump, 2020 Trump for President group. So you see the theme. It's Conservatives US post all the way down. This is all Angelita is sharing. That's fine. That's good to know. So we'll look at the next one. That was Mariana. We look at Mariana's posts. She's saying happy birthday to somebody and making a couple of posts like this. And then there might not be any posts that we can find from Conservatives US. No. All right, so we'll look at Lambert Shannon. I keep getting that. No posts at all. And then down here to Kenya Holt. Conservatives US. Conservatives US, and again and again. It's different content, some of it from what we saw the other accounts do, but this is this week. Conservatives US posts into all of these places, all of these groups. So that seemed to be the thing that tied a lot of them together. We looked at the other accounts and see what they've got here. Mitchell didn't seem to post much of anything. So I couldn't really tie him there by the Conservatives US posts. And Elijah, when I looked at Elijah's, it's just a couple pictures and some bare details, and that's about it. So nothing there. It was just odd that these got tagged in the same place. when we get to the comments on the posts, this is what's strange. And I got links there to show it, but let's just run down what these comments are. Angelita has commented on IJR Red, Washington Post, Politico, WAPO, again, Bloomberg, Crowder and Daily Wire, Daily Caller, Washington Post, Western Journal, ABC News. Okay, so that's the context of the major media posts that Angelita's commented on. Here's this first comment. I've said it from day one. IV without an E. I've said it from day one. I trust this man 100% with everything. He ain't failed me yet. He knows we got grandbabies. He has known for years what he was going to do. None of this is new to the president. If you watch interviews with him late 80s, early 90s, he was explaining what he would do, and so far, so great. But that's just me and my small input, #MAGA. Okay, so that is in response to NFL anthem rule isn't tough enough. Repeat offenders should be out for the season. So I don't know why you would necessarily need to talk about trusting Trump at that one. It was just a weird comment to sit there. And then here we have a Nepali immigrant brought his daughter to America for a better life, then his own was taken. And Angelita comments, many illegal immigrants requires to be deported from our country as early as possible. It's totally, completely irrelevant to the story, but there's that comment. Here's where it got really crazy. Kushner sidesteps Democrat National Committee lawyers. Okay, so it's an article from Politico about Jared Kushner, and Angelita Todd comments, Trump is our president now, get used to it, and then 3 smiley faces. And again, Trump is our leader, and get used to it, and 2 smiley faces. And then Donald J. Trump is our chief, and so get used to it. And it's that comment that repeats over and over. Here's one about, I used to view CNN as the most reliable news. Here's one, Heavenly Father, get our president help in choosing the fair person for this purpose position. And then down here again, Trump is our president, now get used to it. Heavenly Father, get our president help in choosing the correct person for this purpose position. That comment comes up again. And then Donald J. Trump is our chief, now get used to it. Why would that comment be coming up again and again and again? And in seemingly very different stories. Trump retweets a convicted forger welcoming him to Britain. And then after Trump's performance, what's next? And that one over, Trump struggles to explain Putin posture as zigzag worries aides. Okay, so all of those comments, it might fit, it might work, don't know, but let's look at the next one. When we look at Mariana, here's an IJR Red story. Decades after making the ultimate sacrifice in North Korea, U.S. soldiers may be coming home. And then here she has a comment. Biased, sloppy, dishonest, hello Donna Brazil, rude, hello Jim Acosta, joke of a news outlet that deliberately misleads its gullible, shrinking, lefty audience. CNN was magnificent when it launched, and on and on. What does that have to do with this story? I don't know, but that bot made that comment. And then here we have Mariana Godfrey. Donald Trump is our president of the United States, so get used to it. 3 smiley faces. What? What? Did she just copy and paste that? Oh, here it is again. Donald J. Trump is our leader, so get used to it. And then Mariana Godfrey, Trump is our chief, so get used to it. So it's just like a word is changed and added there. And then this comment again, I've, without the E, said it from day one, I trust this man 100% with everything. He ain't failed me yet. That's the same comment by Mariana. And you can see going through, Donald J. Trump is our president of the United States. Donald Trump is our chief, so get used to it. Donald J. Trump, Trump is our president of the United States, then get used to it. Donald Trump is our chief, then get used to it. So those comments over and over, all on major media posts on Facebook. Here's Lambert's account. Trump is our president of the United States, so get used to it. Donald Trump is our leader, then get used to it. Donald Trump is our president, so get used to it. Here's Heavenly Father, offer our chief help in choosing the proper person for this job. And then here's Lambert Shannon, biased, sloppy, dishonest, hello, Donna Brazil, rude, hello, Jim Acosta, joke of a news outlet. There's that comment again. Let's see. This one didn't come up often, but I noticed it. For me personally, Barack Obama was a corrupt president. And that was over a Betsy DeVos should get feds out of school discipline policy, withdraw Obama-era guidance. It seems what might be happening here is that these bots are inserting comments that look like they match the topic. If Obama is mentioned, something like this. If CNN is involved, and here's CNN sharing a story, and then they put that CNN comment about the joke of a news outlet. And it's trying to match up comments to the topic, I think. Heavenly Father, give our president advice in choosing the good person on this job. The same comment again. I've said it from day one. I trust this man 100% is back. And then Donald Trump is our president of the United States, so get used to it. And then that one again. This is not normal behavior at all. And I don't understand it. And it makes me think this is bot related. Now, Kenya's a little more original here. This was the most horrible chief ever. I do not like him. Apparently about Obama here. All right. Or could have been about Mitt Romney. I don't know. On the Steven Crowder, Kenya Holt, Heavenly Father, offer our president support in choosing the exact person on this position. There we go. That comment's back. Donald J. Trump is our leader, then get used to it. Heavenly Father, get our leader advice. Heavenly Father, get our president support. Trump is our president of the United States, now get used to it. Donald Trump is our leader, now get used to it. Again, those are over Trump things. This one over U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions discusses opioid crisis. I have no idea why a Trump comment would be appropriate, but there it is. And you're right, Wendy. I think they do just keep it on the clipboard and paste it. But this is just weird. There doesn't seem to be a purpose for this, except to maybe give them a history that looks as though they are real accounts with real opinions or something. I don't know. I don't understand it. Darren here had some of these same comments, but here's a new one. You are so disgusting playing the things kids are saying when they aren't with their parents. It's terrible that they aren't with their parents. This must be about the migrant crisis, but it's over Eric Trump rushed into NYC traffic to save ailing woman. What does that have to do with kids not being with their parents? I don't know. Here we go. Trump is our president, and get used to it again. And then it was actually the horrible leader ever. I dislike him. That's reminiscent of what Kenya was saying up there. I've said it from day one. I trust this man 100%. Heavenly Father, bring our president guidance in choosing the exact person on this posture. This is so funny. And then President of the United States, and get used to it. I detest Hillary Clinton and even his family. Okay. Just gonna scoot right on by that one. Mitchell here has, I've said it from day one. Trump is now our leader now, get used to it. Trump is our president of the United States now, get used to it. Heavenly Father, and then I've said it from day one. Heavenly Father, and Trump is our president, and Trump is our president, and Trump is our president. So again, over and over. That's one of the accounts that got deleted, I think. No, I think Mitchell's still up. Alice has, I used to view CNN as the most reliable news. They have overreacted to an unexpected political twist, and now they are in the undesirable position, blah, 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 over Eric rushed into New York City traffic to save ailing woman. What? In fact, let's go to that post. Let's go take a look at that post. This is on a Steven Crowder post. We will make sure, for some reason, they always serve you up just most relevant comments. I don't want most relevant, I want all the comments. So I have to go and select that. That way I can find these people. And let's see, hopefully it's not too many. But there's Elijah. I used to view CNN as the most reliable news on that post. That's just weird. And I thought there was a couple of other ones in here. Let's keep adding more comments down here and see if there are more. Nope. So that was what the post looked like for Eric. Again, Eric Trump rushing into traffic. Oh, here we go. I doubt CNN will report much on this. That's why we have the comment about CNN. Alice's account must be gone, but that also showed up. That comment showed up from Elijah down below. But here we go. Trump is our president. Trump is our leader. Trump is our leader. I used to view CNN as the most reliable news. There it is again. Alice did that one twice. Trump's our president. I've said it from day one. I used to view CNN as the most reliable news. She came back to that one 3 times. Here's Elijah. So Elijah, Trump is our chief. Trump is our leader. Trump is our president. Trump is our leader. Trump is our leader. You are so disgusting playing the things kids are saying when they aren't with their parents. Heavenly Father. Trump is our president. This is weird. And it doesn't seem like it has a purpose. I don't know what this is about. But I am tracking these accounts. And again, like I said, Facebook has taken down Darren and Alice so that we don't have to worry about those. But I don't understand it. And it's something that makes it feels hinky to me. I don't know what's going on. And so I'm keeping an eye on this. And I'm going to open up this spreadsheet to people who want to view it. I'll put it in the comments when the video is over. You can come back and find it if you wanted to dig into these links yourself and check them out. Now, the reason that I came up across these is that I was looking at Angelita and Mariana and Lambert and Kenya in terms of the things that they share in Trump-related groups. And so I was watching them, and that's how I discovered that they were making the same comments. And I just started following that. And as I looked up their comments, I found these other accounts that had the same comments. There could be many, many more. I don't know where they come from, but I'm on it, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. So I just wanted to explain that to people so that I have a video of it, because in case some of these accounts get taken down, and there's no more proof of that. So I wanted you to be able to see it. I wanted to talk about those. And now I want to explain something that I thought was really fascinating. As I said before, I've started a spreadsheet here that tracks these websites. Here are the names and their addresses, and then I have what account is sharing them and the link, and then if I know where they come from, it's over here. You can keep an eye on particular sites that way and check and see if, say, an account shares something over and over. For instance, this one, Baiza News. There are a lot of accounts that are sharing Baiza News. It is all these accounts. But as I've reported some, they have gone away. Some of these have been removed either because I've reported them or because they were suspicious to Facebook. I'm not taking credit for all of them, but now when I see a good number of those accounts that are sharing that site are removed, I think Facebook has actually started to watch whoever posts these links. And so I'm keeping track to see if that helps anything. And these colors on the side I'll get to in a second, but I just wanted to show you how many sites there are. We have 24 Newscast, America First, American Elite News, Wonderful Food, which is also at the end, Animal News, Baiza News, and then we have some in color, Bill O'Reilly here, Butam.net, Breaking News, CBS Political. Now this is something that was bothering me because CBS Political and Chicago Sun-Times Live, those are spoofing real accounts, real those are spoofing real news organizations, publications. And so people on a cursory glance might think, well, CBS might have a political page. ABC has ABC political and whatever, CNN political, CNN politics. People don't necessarily read those headlines or check those websites. And .site is the new hotness in fakery, so there's a lot of that. And .live is close behind it. So just looking at these, I've been tracking them as I find them. This one, Christy Nicholson, we talked about earlier, is the fake account. 4 different sites, so I colored her in pink so I could find her again in case she was down there. Daily News Dallas looked like it was spoofing a Dallas news, like Dallas Morning News or something. Every single account that I found that was associated with there, I've gotten taken down. And you might see why if you look at it. Kestrel Eugenia Dick is one of the ones we did a video on. Mary Mariella Oliver, Riley Ansley Henry. These are girl name, and then boy name pattern. Girl name, boy name. Girl name, boy name. It's weird, but this is how fakers do. And so all of those got taken down. That means the next time I see one pop up, I set the clock and I'll know how quickly Facebook is taking them down. So this one goes down with lots of colors, lots of site names all the way down, and lots of accounts pushing them. But I didn't want to focus on the whole list today, so what I did, just as a way of analyzing these things, and I want to stop here before we go on to that, but Wendy has a question. Bots don't vote, but if you don't know that they are bots, you think it's voters. They're building false sense of voter base with bots. I think so. A lot of what's going on online is fake. A lot of the impressions you get, like Instagram, people buy followers on Instagram in order to look like they're more successful or popular than they are. This is sort of the same thing, only it's based around politics instead of culture. So that's I think what's going on here. These are paid accounts, most of them fake, most, not all, are fake, run by people either with a profiteering agenda for cash or with a political agenda. And I'm not saying that these are only for pay and that it's just raw capitalism. There might be some ideological warfare going on here. I don't know. The name patterns, Wendy, that actually somebody else tipped me off to that somewhere, but so I can't claim credit for that. But noticing that it was coming up again and again made a big difference, and I'll be able to show you why later. So this is the worksheet where I started color coding. The designs of all of these sites are identical. Identical. The first letter is blue, the rest of the header is white, and all of the accounts sharing it are typically centered around India and Pakistan. So let's take a look at one of these sites. This is what it looks like. BillO'Reilly.site has zero to do with Bill O'Reilly, but here's the blue letter and then the rest in white letters, and the pattern is the same no matter what you're looking at. And I didn't check to see if the content is the same, but it's possible it might be. Here's CBSpolitical.site, and look at what this one is. It's C in blue, the rest in white, and a bunch of stories here. So I don't know if those are the same stories. We could probably scroll through and see if one of them comes up again, but those are the same pattern all the way down. Daily Dallas News, it's the same pattern. And iViral News, it's the same pattern. And when I see somebody using the same template over and over, that's telling me somebody is doing a job of cranking these out. So they're probably very much fake, and they're probably very new. Again, I'm opening this spreadsheet up when I'm starting for people to look if they want to investigate this for themselves, the accounts or the websites. But every one of these websites looks like that. That is part of their the thing that they're up to. It makes it easy for them. India and Pakistan, they pick a template and they just crank out new sites. If anybody wanted to look into these sites, they could tell me when they were registered, how old they are, that sort of thing. But they're all with the suffix .site. And look how many accounts there are. 52 accounts. And a lot of them were those three names: Tammy Collins Allison, Carol Ann Giacovelli, a lot of them, Linda Akmal Lavina, just three names: Debbie Haney Carr, Sophia Lily James, Emily Lily Daniel. That's when I really started to see the pattern reemerging again. Natalie Lillian Liam, Allison Riley Evan, Emily Ella Ethan, Alice Amy Victor, Mary Jenna Isabel. I mean, this was just too obvious by that time. But there are 52 names, 52 separate accounts that are from, and you can see it here, Pakistan, India. They speak in Hindi. That's all of, I've got this one's name. Took Michael Lilly. I actually had a video ready to go on that one. They took it down. This is great. I mean, I'm happy about that. It means they're learning. But that was that many accounts that they were using to spread those sites. Something like 11 sites. The next color I had here was pink. And this is what the site looks like for this one. It's like a cornflower blue header. And just like this is what the header looks like. Nothing more than this, and then a menu bar. And there's that one. There's this one. It looks the same. And then there's one like USA Patriots, Flash News. I want to look at Flash News because those guys were the ones that conservative site I talked about in the previous video came down. Flash News. Facebook took their pages that associated with these two accounts down, with these two sites, USSA 1 News and Flash News. But they look the same. Now, USSA 1 News doesn't, but I know it's related. And then those, it's all the same template. So I don't want to see those guys get away with that. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. But they had 10 accounts sharing that. 5 of them are gone. 5 of them are still up. And they are centered in Albania, Macedonia, Serbia. That's where I'm finding those. And so if I look at some of these names are probably from that region, too normal to that region. But then you have Arbor and Donald, and those are still up and operating. So I don't know. But this bunch out of Macedonia, they are about half and half about getting caught. Look how many of the Pakistani and Indian ones are caught. I think there's only one left that's still operational. It's this one. Let's see. Is it operational still? Ah, it's gone. Hottest Chater 1. Yes, that was Taylor White. We can mark that one as done. All of theirs have been taken down. But these 10, only 5 of them are down. The next design was like this. It was a red header with the right justification on the text over here. So it looks like this. Freedom of speech, daily news lifestyle, looks the same. And then you have news today in USA. And these also have weird site names, but this is all the same. Those are the same templates, but the site names are wydfs.blogspot, 8000www.blogspot, 564cdfwe.blogspot. Weird. 2 out of 3 of these have been taken down. One of them is a person who's got Arabic on his profile, and was friends with some of these. So we got a couple of them taken down, but there were only 3 pitching content from those. Let's see. Design number 4, a mountain background with a white text in the center. And there were 5 sites. And let's look at this one. Daily Politics USA looks like this. And Make America Great Forever .blogspot looks like this. Politics Daily News looks like that. What about it? Updated Global News looks like this. And USA Trump News Report looks like what? Blog has been removed? Oh, that's fascinating. I'm going to have to put a remark through there. All right. So, but we have Updated Global News, Politics Daily News, Make America Great Forever, and Daily Politics USA. Same background, same template. That's just wild. And 45 accounts pushing it. And the interesting thing, they're all from the Philippines, and they all tell you these are real accounts by real people with these names or names close to them that are operating this. Only one has been taken down. Only one out of the 45 that I've found. And this is 45 that I've identified. There are many more in places I haven't checked yet. But these 45 accounts, and you'll see like there's names here that come up again and again. The last name, B-E-R-E, Bere, that comes up again and again. And then you have De La Cruz here, and you have De La Cruz here, and you have Mitz Gabriel, and then you have Mitz Gabriel De La Cruz, Camarot, I don't know how you say that, Manalo, this is the same guy with two different accounts. And you could just look through and see there's another Manalo. These are families of people in the Philippines who are running this content, this fake content from these 4 sites, and none of them are getting removed, but they are spamming Trump-related groups like crazy with this content. And we'll look at that, what it looks like in just a minute. But I wanted to show you all of these. Here's the other thing that really got me. I was looking at one of these profiles, just checking it out to add it to the list. And one of the pictures showed, somebody commented on, one of these profiles commented on a picture of someone who was sitting in their bedroom or something, but it was like a real small, close-in picture, like they didn't have a lot of room. And the comment was, "I love you, I miss you." And it reminded me of a story I'd seen on Phil DeFranco earlier this week. I think it was yesterday's show, where there was a Emirati, I think it was United Arab Emirates celebrity, or someone from, no, it was Kuwaiti celebrity, who was a blogger, beauty blogger and whatever in Kuwait, and had a big following, was talking about, well, of course, the Philippine workers that come here, we should keep their passports because they could be off on their day off and you don't know if they're coming back. You don't know what they're doing out there on their own. Of course, their employers should keep their passports. And I got to thinking, oh my goodness, some of these people in dealing with these accounts probably know people who are in domestic work in places like Kuwait, who are essentially human servants, slaves to other people, unable to go and travel freely. So that was just a side note that just tore my heart open. But it explains, there's a lot of people that are doing that, moving over to places like Kuwait to work from the Philippines because it's good money and they can send it home. Good money comparably. So I don't know. The last group I wanted to look at is also Pakistan, India, and it's these: Chicago Sun-Times Live, Pioneer Press, React 365, Viral ABC, Viral Dawn, Viral News ABC, Viral Political WN. And so these look like this. It's red header, but it's justified at the left, the red headline. Chicago Sun-Times. We'll do Viral ABC, show you what that looks like. It's the same. And then we'll see Viral Political WN, all of those. And yeah, these, same pattern. Same pattern. So, of course, I'm pretty sure they're related. And again, when I show this link to this spreadsheet, people want to go digging around and look and see if those are in the same place. That's great. But look at how many 39 accounts that are sharing this, and look how many are deleted. Tiffany, Charlie, Kyla, Talia, Alice, all those are gone. All those are ones I've reported. Nova, Phyllis, Helen, Mary, Jane, Tim, all of those. So there are more are gone than not. Lily Carl was the latest victim. Again, that was the twin of the Dana account I showed earlier. I get to update this and show that. But most of these have gone. And then I have Paige and Anne that have little colors here that just shows me that they have accounts they're sharing from another site that's not listed here. But yeah, this is a lot. There's Dana. I think that account's still active. That's the twin. Yeah, both of them were sharing that, both of them created by somebody from Pakistan or India. All of these accounts, almost every one of them that I could track, Pakistan, posting in Hindi or Urdu, or in from India. That is something. So again, reporting is working. Facebook is learning that these are related somehow, and these accounts are going to go. I will give you a hint. Alexandra here is an account that we are going to have a video on. I think it's tomorrow. I'm not sure, but it's coming out this week. This is a big fat phony fake, but we're not using hot little chicks anymore. We're using grandmas and older women, middle-aged women to sell this story now. That's what India and Pakistan are doing. That's getting a little better. I think Macedonia somewhat is stuck on some of the hot chick things. They're kind of funny that way, but these are all the ones that share that particular site. So between the Indians, the Indians are very, very bad at getting their profiles taken down. They can't keep their profiles active for long. The Philippines, however, these guys stick around, and again, it's because they tell you. Let's look at Brian here. Let's look at Brian's profile here. Brian tells you right here that he's from the Philippines and lives in the Philippines. He's straight up telling you that. His profile is like someone from the Philippines. He's speaking in those languages that are there. He's not pretending to be an American. This is not a fake. But when we look in those groups, that's what we find. We find those guys posting in Trump groups as though they were Americans. Let's see. When we look at some here, we'll just scroll through. Dialon Bigoli, that's a new member that was set me off American Politics Today. Brand new page that I just found. I mean, brand new to me. Out of Macedonia. Absolutely. Let me see. There's got to be some Philippine accounts straight up. I'm just scrolling through here for a minute. I won't do this all night. I just want to see. There he is again. Same one. Here's the Arabic guy that I found before on that set of sites. Everything he shares is part of that that one group that has the green, I want to say. Is it green? Yeah, the freedom of speech daily. That's his deal. That's this guy here. He shares prolifically. Zahir Abdullahu, Judge Janine is one of the pages that I'm watching. Bajar Pakoli, we've talked about him before in the Pakoli video. Let's see. Again, those are Macedonians. Daily News Hungary? Really? Okay, I'm just scrolling by. Leitrim Demiri, that's also Macedonian. Boy, a lot of Macedonians here. And Beverly Winter's a regular poster. She's an actual person. Let's see. Zahir Abdullahu, that's also out of Macedonia, Serbia, that area. Oh, I don't know why I'm not seeing. Oh, Moses Inyangbe. Okay, Africa's getting into the act. I'm not kidding. Africa is getting into the act. I saw Azerbaijani accounts for the first time today, though. Azerbaijani, there's Anub again. Abanub. Let's see. Kai Sovanarith. That's the wonderful food website that we talked about lower down on the list. Eugenia Spelling, Conservative Mail. That's one that's on the list to check out. And here we go. Ellen Kidolis Sabalboro. That is a Philippine account. I can tell just by looking for it, and I can tell because I know this account is one of the ones that they share from. Let's see. I know there's more. Khadija Bibi. Don't even get me started about no BBs. I got 4 Sadmira BBs and 2 Khadija BBs on my hands right now. This Cesar, I'm betting you this guy is Philippine, but I'm not for sure. Muhammad Ali Salah. Likely, wouldn't you say? Let's see. I'm sorry. I hate that I'm just scrolling through here and not really offering anything of substance, but I am certain. Here's that guy again, Abanoob. He's like I said, he's super prolific, and pushes out air. Here's another Macedonian one, or Kosovo. Mitz Gabriel, remember that name from before? Went to Quezon City High School. Yeah, that's the Philippines. He's straight up with it, but he's sharing content into this group. And it goes on all through here. About every 5th or 6th post might be from a real person, but this is Kosovo right here. And I can tell just by looking because I've seen these names again. It's Kosovo. I've seen them over and over and over. Peggy James, Western Journal, might actually be a real person. Don't know, but it's possible. And then we're back to Kosovo. And Beverly Winter. And then we're back to Khadija Bibi. So this is where this stuff is going. This is who's pushing it in there. It's these places where, and that spreadsheet covers a lot more than this, but these related sites, all of these people are sharing this content from these pages, India and Pakistan, and then again Macedonia, and then this Arabic guy, this Abanoob, and then all these accounts from the Philippines, and then more Pakistan and India accounts. It's insane. And I'm trying to keep track of them because if I can do that efficiently enough, I'll be able to see the patterns that are out there and maybe help Facebook learn that the patterns are out there. That's been the problem, is being able to show this to people, have them understand it, and then have Facebook not do anything. That's what's so hard. When I can show it and explain it, I should be able to teach a machine how to do this. But yeah, they're not knocking on my door. So but this is what it looks like to try to track this stuff. And I'll add and I'll insert in here some of these. You can see again this iViral News is run. If every one of these is removed, I can tell at a glance that that color means that that is an Indian or Pakistani setup. Those are the India-Pakistan guys. And the blue, because all the names are intact, I know that's the Philippines. It starts to make sense to me in colors, and it makes it a little bit easier shorthand. News Today in USA, that site is gone. It's been removed, so the Philippines lost some of that ability to push that together. But then there's News Today in USA Update, which is run again by Abanoob. So I don't know if they're related. It doesn't seem like they would be, but they just might be borrowing names from each other. I don't know. But I've been trying to keep track of this stuff so that we can see where they're coming from. We can look, somebody can, I can't do it, can look up these sites and tell them where they're hosted if that information is available. And we can start showing people, okay, these are all the Philippine accounts, the Camarots, the Bears, the Dela Cruzes, all those people are serving content to you and serving content to Trump voters. What do we do about that? I think that's a question we should ask. We should be talking about it to other people. We should say, why do all these Philippine accounts share content that's fake into groups for Americans about American politics? Should we do something about that? Should Facebook do something about that? How do we educate people that the folks that are sending information and selling them t-shirts and selling them fakery are from the Philippines? Just because the content might agree with them politically, how do you get around that? This is why it's so hard, but this is why my messy, ugly spreadsheet is so useful to me, because I can start to see the patterns and maybe start affecting the way Facebook handles it. The best thing for us is for people that watch and consume our content and watch the videos and understand what we're doing to share it out. If we can get people to look at what we're doing and share the videos, it helps. Because again, the people that are watching me, that are watching the live stream, they're not the ones who need this. They're not the ones who need to worry about being fooled by fakers on the internet. But everybody knows somebody who does. Everybody knows somebody who reacts to this stuff, who falls for the bait, who gets their emotions pushed around by things like, Sarah calls it birthday bait, where, hey, it's my birthday, no one will say happy birthday to me, that sort of thing. Or animals, here, animals have soul. Of course, who doesn't love cute puppies and all this? This is adorable. And it's getting people to engage. And then, who knows? They can sell that site or that page, or they can use it to serve up different content. It might be used just to make money. It might be used in this year, in this election year, to influence voters, to sow dissension, to sow division, to drive wedges between people that otherwise might be more likely to solve their problems together, to see each other as human. Instead, here's things like all the things that get people worked up and mad about different things. I can't tell you how many times I've seen today stupid fake quotes from Maxine Waters, including, as I said at the beginning, Ken Cuccinelli's account sharing that. There's no good in that. And here, we're just about back to national anthem protest season again. I mean, football season again. And we're going to have to deal with that. That's going to be flooding the feeds here. People like their feels poked. People like their emotions stoked. And people who are fakers will give it to them. They are desperate to give it to them. And again, we just don't know. We just don't know what's behind all of it. And I'm looking for suggestions. How do we make people more skeptical? How do we show people, other than doing what I'm doing, which is just shining a light on the practices, showing the things that people don't necessarily have time to look into themselves? I'd like to be able to show this stuff to people and have them share it with their friends, share it with the people who do fall for the fakery or who are a little less savvy about the internet. I have a relative that just recently got scammed by someone just on a phone scam, and that's easy. Usually you would think to spot, but no, they got her. Didn't sound like her relative, but they got her. And got her for a good sum of money. And then I think about all the people online that are just not as skeptical even as she was when she was on the phone. And I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do to help people get better. So send in your suggestions. Send in the things that you think we should do to get people better at this. And send people to like the page. Unfakery. Facebook.com/unfakery. And the same thing for Twitter. Twitter.com/unfakery. And all of our videos on YouTube at Something Fishy TX. Everything you can do to share those, to get that content in front of people who need it. And any suggestion that you have as to how to do this better, again, we're taking those. So thanks so much. I do not want to keep you guys any longer, but hopefully you got an eye full about all the craziness, whether it's the Sadmira BBs and the Khadijah BBs, whether it's looking at Earl Sheets turn into Tashi Tashi and both of those accounts going down, or whether it's, looking at Rabia and Donna, those videos that or Dana, those videos that have already gone out and Facebook has not removed them yet. All of that stuff. Thanks for hanging in. Next week we'll update you again. I wanted to show you one last thing on all that spreadsheet that we had about all the fakes. I keep in clusters what the removal rate is so that I can understand it better. Here we have it, 266 accounts reported, 189 of those taken down. That's a 71% removal rate. I am so glad of that. So we're going to enjoy that while we have it. It's going to go down again because I have a whole new bunch to deal with. So thanks for hanging in with us, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much for being with us and being a part of the Unfakery team. We appreciate you. Talk to you soon.